My name is Edu Santana, and welcome to A Soul Talk. And here, if you're looking for clarity in your spiritual journey, this is your place. I need my notes because otherwise I'm going to get lost and I'm going to speak about it, spirituality, or the subject that I'm going to bring it today for 30 minutes at least. What I'm going to bring to you today is the battle between mind and heart, soul and ego. It seems something so simple because it's recorded in this first video, and most people, they would struggle with fear or the insecurity, but the case here is not it. It's something else. The thing is, I've been for a long time in my journey feeling that my heart always speaks very loudly, that I should start sharing my spiritual journey, the way that I help my clients and some friends that look for me for clarity. The way I like to see things is not in a concrete way, but when we have something holding us or we have a resistance, what I like to do is to deconstruct that. Why? Because, sometimes people say, oh, you have to change the belief. But if we change the belief without understanding why we are holding that belief in the first place, we're never going to change completely. We're just going to keep it in the back of our mind unconsciously, and we're going to still act the same way unconsciously. I noticed this resistance and trying to bring the subject here in this first video. I decided to sit with myself and question myself honestly, question myself in a way of why am I resisting? Because every time that I would be like, okay, I'm going to record about this subject, I would start overthinking. My mind would get in front of me, for example, and would start asking questions. How things should be done? Should I be scripting things? Should I have a structure of things? Because the mind is always looking for something. But this was not about the mind. This was about the heart speaking. So how come I could put my mind in front of something that my heart wanted to speak? And this struggle is not just me. I see many people that it struggles to allow the heart to speak, allow the heart to take over the mind and express itself. Because if we keep trying to allow the mind to get into the way of the heart, what it happens is we stop flowing the way that it needs to flow. It's almost as if life wants to express itself through us, and we have to allow that to happen. Even though many people struggle with that, but they don't know about it because the mind brings the ideas again. It's fear of failure or it's insecurity. But the thing is not it. It's because we are trying to be something that we are not. Because our heart is trying to be as more pure, authentic, and express itself in the most spontaneous way. But the mind is trying to be polished, is trying to fit into a mold, is trying to fit always into something that it's not. Why am I saying this? Because everything that comes from the outside, from other people's experience, it's here in our mind. So everything that we read, everything that we hear, everything that we see, and we consume with our mind, it comes from other people's experience. And with that, we are exchanging our own expressions, freedom, and our own way of dance with life for something that we are not. We have to remember that that's the way of society. The way of society is almost like fit into my mold, fit into my structure. And in that, we're trading our own natural voice. We are forgetting our natural way of writing. We are forgetting our natural way of painting. We are forgetting our natural way to speak or to sing. We are forgetting our way of expressing ourselves in the most natural way as possible. We are always looking for a video with 3 steps that help us to do this. We are almost forgetting how to read things properly because we want people to read for us. Can you imagine if everyone around us would just behave the same? Can you imagine how things would be this way? And that's basically the war between our mind and our heart. If we try to follow, always to fit instead of flowing, And what is happening? Well, it's time to let it go a bit of the mental image that we hold about things, especially that we hold about what our heart is trying to tell us to go or trying to tell us to do. Because once we let it go, we feel free, we feel more secure in ourselves. Think about the best conversation that you ever had in life. There was no script in that. Imagine like if I met you in person and then we start talking and then I misspell a word, for example. There is no pause, there is no erase. We have just to keep going and flowing. People in the real world, they polish the way that they have to behave, that they have to sit, how they have to eat, and not allowing ourselves to express our true colors, for example, our true spontaneity. And this is somehow killing us. We always are looking for something to tell us how to do things. But life in itself, life is just a flow. Life does not ask us to behave in a certain way because it's natural. It should be just flowing. We forget that to trust in yourself is to trust life. And to trust life is to trust in yourself because you are life itself. But we're trying to portray life as if it's something out there when it's who we really are. Instead of showing the natural way of being, we want to show how can I be something different that I'm not. And that's where the real war starts. Because we create war, we think that the war is out there, but in fact the real war is inside of ourselves. When our heart is telling us just go this way, experiment this way, try this way, live this way, and see for yourself how I'm gonna be one with you. How you're gonna discover new things in your life, or how you're gonna do things that you never believed that you could one day. But no, instead, we are selling ourselves so cheap for something that we are not, because we are trying to behave as the neighbor. So we have to start thinking for ourselves till when we're gonna allow our mind to dictate our life when our heart is telling us that we have just to transform into that which we already are. That's our true music. That's how we dance with life. That's how life provides us with everything that is needed at that moment, because we just need to understand and to flower ourselves before we get into that which we think we need. A rose is not trying to be a monkey. If a rose tries to be a monkey, it's gonna get frustrated, it's gonna get sad, it's gonna feel contradiction in this process. We are almost like that, a beautiful flower trying to be a monkey, to fit into the norms as the structure is telling us to be. But we are forgetting to sing, to dance, to express, and to flower in ourselves and experience that beautiful flow that we are. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable because our soul is not here to please anything external. Our soul knows its own path. It understands more than us, but we have to trust. Just trust, because through trust, that's how you flow, see new things, that's how you experience new things, and that's how we have to remember to do. Get out of our own way and allow our heart to take over and flow life itself and flow through us to see what it's creating, because that's the process of creativity, that's the process of creation through human beings. Have you ever felt being called to something but feel trapped in your own mind, for example, or in this contradiction? So if you ever felt something like this, or how this video made you feel, leave a comment here, because I'd love to hear your experience. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and thank you very much for being here, and see you next time. Bye bye.